Hello the internet, and welcome to another CNRL Library Innovation Studio home workshop where we show you how to grow your own veggie patch. Today we're up very early in the morning, just before the sun, because today we're going to show you how you can build a sundial for your garden. So for this workshop you're going to need a pair of sticks, or a pair of cutlery, or just something that's long and thin and straight and hard that's not going to bend or break easily. You're also going to need some rocks. You're going to want big rocks and small rocks, different size rocks. And you might want some specially shaped rocks to show which one's midday, something like that. And if you want to decorate your rocks so they're easy to count, you'll need some acrylic paint and a brush. Now the reason we're having small rocks and big rocks is that when it gets to the middle of the day, the lines of shadow that are going to be cast by the sun high in the sky are going to be a lot closer together than they will be at the start of the day. So smaller rocks might be needed as they'll be a lot closer together, and bigger rocks for the ones that are further away with really large gaps from the early hours, so they're much easier to spot on the ground. We're going to jam our stick or our spork or whatever it is in the ground at a 30-degree angle. Now it's going to be a 30-degree angle because we're at a latitude of about 30 degrees here in Tamworth. That's going to vary depending on where you are. You want to jam it in the ground where north is and sticking out towards south. So this is your south pole, that's your north pole. Now with a compass on a smartphone, you can do this very easily. You can even find true north, which is really what we're looking for. If you don't have a compass, you can have a look at our very first Veggie Patch workshop where we show you how to make a compass using nothing but a magnet, a paper clip, some water and a bit of paper. Or when you get up in the morning, when you see the sun rise in the sky, keep the sun to your right. You know it's going to set to your left. And north is going to be straight down this way, south is going to be straight back this way. Now for the purpose of filming, I've made rather a large sundial, and as a result it's thrown a shadow rather far away, so my sundial is going to be gigantic, probably up to 3 times the amount of its height. Okay, it's 7 o'clock in the morning now and time to place my first stone. I haven't painted it yet, so I've got something different to put in its place until I've finished painting all my stones. It's going to be where the shadow of your angled stick meets the shadow of your straight up and down stick, which for me is way over here. And I've put this old candle there for now, until I get round to finishing painting my rocks. Now for my rocks. I'm back at the same creek I got rocks for our natural bird feeder, but as you can see since then, the rains have come, the drought is broken and the creek is flowing again, so I'm going to have to get my hands a little bit wet to get these river rocks and dry them out in the sun, which should be no problem. After all, we are building a sundial. So I've dried my river rock in the sun. Make sure there's no dirt or anything on it before you start painting. I'm going to start this one out with blue. What are we doing next? Next rock I'm going to put down is 10 o'clock, so I might do this one as 10 o'clock. I'm going to squeeze a bit of my paint straight on here and get it on. Now you can use nail varnish for this, that should last quite a while too if you don't have any acrylic paint. There you go, you can already see I'm doing a number 10. I'm going to do different background colours for each rock I think. Now I need a good opposite colour. I think for this one I'm going to use white. I'm going to use this old plant pot base, which I use for all sorts of things in my workshops. Just to mix my paints or to keep blobs of my paint here. There we go, 10 o'clock. Got this really big one here. Red background I think. I'm going to use this for my 7 o'clock in the morning. A sundial is a simple device that measures time by the position of the sun in the sky. You'll notice during the day, if you see a shadow cast by a tree or a rock or even your own body, throughout the day it changes its position and length. And we use this to make our sundial. The sticks, or gnomon as they're known, that we put in the ground cast a shadow from the sun. At every hour on the hour we position a rock where the shadow of the vertical and the angled stick meet on the ground. Now if we got our stick right with true north and true south, this is going to align it perfectly with the tilt of the earth. And then tomorrow and days afterwards you'll find that when the shadow touches the rock, it shows the right time, as long as we get that step just right. The only time it's going to look a little bit different is through daylight savings, where you may have to add or subtract an hour depending on what time of the year you built your sundial. And that's it! We hope that added a splash of colour to your garden and you had fun telling the time with your new sundial. We hope you enjoyed this gardening workshop. Please like, share and subscribe so you and others can join us on the next CNRL Library Innovation Studio online workshop. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all the usual places at Innovation Stew or hashtag Innovation Stew. And check the Home Workshops page on innovationstew.com.au for extra resources. See you next time and happy gardening!